Here at 6, Illinois state lawmakers filing two bills in the hopes of reversing two controversial decisions recently made by Chicago's Board of Education. The decision to remove school resource officers from campus and rethinking school choice policies. Chalk Beat reporters Rima Amin and Samantha Smiley join us now live to discuss it. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for having us.
Well, thanks for coming to the camera, to the computer, but we appreciate it. First of all, should state lawmakers be getting involved in something going on locally with schools?
Well, they would say that, they do represent neighborhoods in Chicago, and so it's only right for them to bring things up. I do understand that it is a little bit weird that they have decided to weigh in on these more local decisions, but it is kind of normal.
Well,
Yeah, and there seems to
go ahead.
be,
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, there seems to be some pushback from local groups such as the Chicago Teachers Union already. They, of course, support what the board has done so far, and so they're pushing back on the state stepping in here.
Yeah, they're hoping that the lawmakers will override this decision, but that's major conflict, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, and again, on the teachers union, the CTU president kind of, harkened back to Mayor Rahm Emanuel when he closed 50 Chicago schools. In a tweet, she mentioned, at the time, the state General Assembly told me that the state isn't going to meddle in local matters, and so she's kind of seeing it as hypocritical.
Local school councils really want to keep the officers in schools right now, especially with the violence that's going around, definitely in the periphery of a lot of Chicago schools, Chicago public schools.
Yeah, that's right. This was an issue that really kind of grew out of grassroots organization and concern over police officers on campuses many years ago. But in recent years, local school councils have had the authority to kind of decide, do we want school resource officers on campus? Do we not? And at the time, there seemed to be some agreement that it should be left up to local schools. And now that the board has decided that they want a safety plan that explicitly bans school resource officers from campuses, there are members of local school councils as well as, families and educators who don't agree with such a, blanket policy as they would kind of describe it. And it's been described as kind of taking away that very local level democracy that Chicago has been used to with its schools for decades now.
Rima, school choice issues have been for a long time very controversial. And now once the city thought they had gotten this taken care of, we're back at the drawing board again, aren't we?
Yeah, school choice is one of those hot button issues that I think are very hot button everywhere in districts that have a lot of school choice like Chicago. And of course, the board rather has decided that it wants to rethink how Chicago goes about school choice, how it, what admissions policies look like. They've talked about how these selective schools often enroll, disproportionate, or, these schools are segregated by race and income. And so they are trying to create policies that combat that. But in response, there has been a lot of misinformation, but also a lot of concern from the community, people who feel like they haven't been engaged in the process. And, I think the bill that one of the bills we wrote about is trying to address that and kind of keep that decision to when Chicago gets a fully elected school board by 2027.
Samantha, how could this whole thing end up playing out, and what kind of problems could it cause in the long run?
Well, both bills have support from the House Speaker, which is Chris Welch, and that means he's a very powerful ally, and so that looks like the bills will pass during session. But I don't want to say it's an absolute,
Right.
But this could, they could pass, and I do think that some people will be very upset that state lawmakers have stepped in this way when this is a local decision, but the lawmakers feel like all they're doing is trying to preserve the right for people to have more of a voice when it comes to some of these decisions. So allowing local school council members to vote on whether they want a school resource officer or allowing for any decisions to be made on selective enrollment schools until there's a fully elected board.
Yeah. Rima and Samantha, thank you so much for joining us today. Have a good one.